Okay, so in this video we are going to learn how to create, replace and remove elements from a DOM. So if we create an element, we have to add it to the DOM. So if we want to replace an element with another one, so we want to switch between elements, you have to create and replace to the DOM. Then if we don't want an element again from the DOM, we can easily remove it. So that here are the three methods we can use. So we have the create element, we have the replace child, and we have the remove. There's also remove child, but for this example we're going to use remove. So let's dive into the code. So I'm going to make a comment. I think let me start using my better comment feature. So this is going to be creating element. So we are going to do the next one, which is replacing element and removing element. So let's do the first one, which is creating an element. So to create an element, so let's say I want to create an icon tag and add it to, okay, let's say I want to create a nav tag. We don't have a nav tag here. Do we have? No. So let's say we want to create a nav tag and add it to the top part of our body tag. So I'm going to create the first one. So let nav be equal to document dot create element. Remember, so you have to be very careful so I don't put create comment. Create element, then I'll put nav. Then the next step is to add attributes if there's anyone. So we are just going to add one. So nav dot set attributes. So let's add one ID, then we'll call it nav. Then the next thing is to set text. So let's just add one, nav dot set dot text content go to string of nav bar. Then the next thing is to what? Add to the DOM. So add to DOM. So to add to the DOM now, I'm going to get my body tag dot prepend. So use prepend where you want to add to the top of the tag. So as the first item. So you always add from the top of that particular tag. So I'm going to add nav now. So if I do that, you notice on top of this I will have a nav bar tag. Now if I want it to be at the bottom, so this one is adds to add from the top. Then the next one I want to do is shift alt arrow down. So you comment this out, control and /. Then this one is append. So this one adds from the bottom. So if I do this, you notice that our nav bar will be at the bottom. So you know the navbar is always at the top, so the prepend makes sense. So that is it for creating an element. So with this you can create any valid element. Is it a p tag, is it a h1 tag, and if you need to set some attribute text, then if they are nested, you also have to create them, then you nest them, you rearrange them. So let's say I want to use an anchor tag to put a navbar like a home and about here. So I'll put a home, then I'll put my anchor tag here, then a about. So this is just non-convention, but it's not necessary. You can use an underscore. So I've created two anchor tag. So what I'm going to do now is you have to add attributes. For now I don't want to add attributes. So then to add text, so I'm going to add text. So a dot the text content, not that, text content will be what? Home. So this one is going to be a home. Then I just record it. We need to add attributes so that the link will go now. We want to press it. So this one will be a about. So this one will be what? About. Then to set attributes now, a home dot set attribute. So we are going to set the href, and the value is going to be hash so that it goes nowhere. So that is it. So shift alt arrow down and change this one to a about. So that is it. Then next, before we add to the DOM, what will rearrange. So we are going to rearrange. So inside the nav dot append, because I want the home to be first, I'm going to put not that, a home. So I'm rearranging now. Then I want the about to be second. So a about. The next I can now add to the what? To the DOM. So if I do this, you're going to see this now. Then of course, because I'm not having this, I want to remove the text here, which is this navbar. So this is just the principle. So you now have home and about. So if I click on home, it goes nowhere. Click on about, it goes nowhere, because that's what we added here. So this is how we can create an element. So let's say now I want to replace an element, which is the next one, replacing an element. So let's do that. So to replace an element, you have to create one. So let's create a new element here. So I'll say let span be equal to document dot create element, and I'll put here span. So let's say I want to now in this navbar I want to replace this home with still a home text, but with a span tag. So you notice it's not going to have that anchor like format we want to do. So the next thing now is to add the text. So span dot text content equal to what? Home. Then now I want to replace. So now to replace, I have to now bring my nav dot replace child. Remember, replace child. Then I have to put the child that I want to replace, which is span, then the location where I want to replace it. So I'm going to put here nav dot child nodes, then an array symbol 0. So this means I want to replace with the first one. So let's see if this works. So if I save this, you notice that has worked. So you see that the home now is still home, but it is not an anchor tag again. So that's why the anchor like default formatting has changed. So if I want to do that for the second one, which is the second one in the array, so I'll put 1. So you notice that has changed. So that is how we create an element and we replace. Now if I want to remove an element, so let's say I want to remove this now, but I want it to show. So I'm just going to put nav dot remove like that and invoke it. So this is a method, and we say au revoir to the nav. So that has been taken care of. So in this slide, you have learned how to create an element, replace an element that is within a parent tag, which is like a child, then to remove an element entirely from the DOM. So there's also a remove child. So it's still the same. It's the same process with the replace child, but I didn't plan to cover that in this video, so it will not be unnecessarily long. So in the next video, we're going to learn how to add event listeners. So let's do that.